Okay, so we are live. Me, myself, and I. Continuing on upgrading the source codes to iOS 10. All right, so where I stopped, right now I'm inside of a brick breaker game, and what I have is this Google AdMob call using this specific ID to call, and then I need a banner. Now, I don't have the banner, and I need to add this code for the banner where the banner is getting created. So I'm going to cut this. And now I need to use that wherever the code is getting called. Now, I'm not really sure where the call is. So I'll have to figure this out, where the call to the banner is. And the best way to do that is to look for an add banner. So I'm going to write add banner and see what comes out. Okay, I see the button here, the main view controller, add banner. So let's take a look at what's there. Add banner text background. Okay, so it's just some buttons here. Not important. Background. Oh, here, create add banner view. Okay, so create AdMob banner. Yes, that's where this needs to go, because I remember creating this, but I never filled up the procedure. So here, create AdMob banner. I'm going to paste that code, but that's not going to be enough. All right, because first of all, it doesn't recognize the add unit ID and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to fix this. So first, I'm going to replace the actual ID, which is from AdMob. Now, let me show you the code, because I guess you guys don't see the code yet, right? You see my face, and you know, pretty better if you see the code, huh? There we go, entire screen, share. All right, present to everyone. Good. So going back to the code, right here, this is the AdMob add unit ID. So I'm going to go and locate an add unit ID that I already have. Inside of the Jumpy Surfer, I'm going to, oh, it says link to Firebase. So let me see if I link to Firebase, confirm. Right, iOS bundle ID. Okay, so this has to have an iOS bundle ID. What is the bundle ID? Well, if there's a bundle ID, it's definitely here. In the info, this is the bundle ID. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Continue. Blah, 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 link by default. Okay. Okay, so it's to have the app analytics and stuff like that right off the bat. That's cool. I really don't need that, but okay. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Let's see. Oh, successfully linked. Good to hear. Then it says, follow the steps below to finish Firebase integration. You need to start downloading the config file. Okay, so I would need a config file and follow the Firebase integration guide to implement the Firebase SDK. So I'm going to open this in a new tab, if it lets me. No, so just copy link and click here. Done. So I'm going to open a new window and paste that as well. All right. Okay, so here we go. Wow, look at this. Look at how ugly this is on Safari. So let me reload the page. Maybe that would do it. Nope, still doing this. So I guess it's definitely a CSS issue. Well, not my problem. Anyway, done. All right, so this is it. Now I'm gonna just click on it. I should be able to see the details. There's supposed to be an easy way, maybe here, one active. Oh, okay, good. So this is the banner ID that I need. All right, so I'm gonna copy this banner ID and put it in the code. All right, so going back here, this is the add unit ID. So I'm gonna remove that, and in between the double quotes, I'm just gonna paste it. All right, it's still gonna complain because it doesn't know what the banner view is. So we need to create a banner view. All right, we do have a banner view here, but it doesn't mean much because it doesn't know what the banner view is. So if I come back here, I should see a banner view. Yep, ID banner view, but it doesn't know what the heck is this banner view. This was used by iAd, but we removed iAd. We're going to add Google AdMobs. So to add Google AdMobs, I do need the Google AdMob framework. Do I have? Yes, because I did the pods. So I should be able to do at import, and the module would be the Google AdMobs module. Here it is, Google Mobile Ads. Okay, good. Now the banner view, it's not going to be an ID, it's going to be Google Ad Banner View. Let me see if I can tap Banner View and we can see. Yes, here it is, GAD for Google AdMob Banner View. All right, good. Now, this is going to complain because this needs to be a reference. Yes, so I need to insert a star in front of this. So far, so good. Now, let's go back to the code where we're adding the banner view. So I'm going to look for banner view. Here it is. So self.bannerview.addUnitID. So why is it complaining now? Property addUnitID not found on the object type ID. Well, it's not an object type ID anymore, right? So I don't know why this should be complaining, because I removed the type ID to GAD banner view, to GAD banner view. So let's see why he doesn't see that. Oh, yes, here, because this needs to be also GAD banner view star. There we go. Okay, hopefully that does the trick. Okay, let's look for it. Okay, I'm actually surprised it's recognizing it. Okay, so it loads the request. Now, does this mean that it's going to show? I'm not sure. So I got to figure out what's the code to display the AdMob banner. So iOS display AdMob banner. Okay, here is the get started. Like, the problem with their guide is that you have to add an actual UI view, and I hate that. See, like they're using the interface, the interface builder, which is a storyboard also. But guess what? We don't have a storyboard because we're not using native. We're using Coco Studio. This is using third-party libraries. So we got to find a way to do that. I wish there was some kind of a message. I would say like display banner view. That would be great, because loading the request is good, but it's not good enough. It's not showing it. Let me see if I can do something to show it. Let me see, self.banner view, show, anything that says show, display maybe, not display layer. Well, you know what? I'm going to run with that code and see what happens already, okay? I'm going to make sure that the code gets called, and I'm going to see if that's, oh, guess what? I know an easy way. We're going to use the old way, which would be self.view, and then add subview, and this subview would be self.bannerView. There we go. And then we also need to bring this to front, so that would be self.view. Bring subview to front, and this subview would be self.bannerView. All right, this better work. Okay, I'm going to still put a breakpoint, you know, so that we can see what's going on here. And I'm going to press play. Now I see there's still some errors. I hope these errors are going to go away. You know, okay, so this is never going to run unless I fix the extra errors that we have now. So let's take a look at the other errors. Okay, so this is live upgrading from iOS 9 to iOS 10. Apple Mac O linker. It's like, what the heck is Google AdMobs? Libs std C++ is deprecated. Move to libs C++. Minimum deployment of iOS 7. Okay, so an easy way, or hopefully this will do, is that I'm going to update the code. It doesn't need to be iOS 6 anymore, because you know, iOS 6 is old now. People should be at least at iOS 9 and up. So I'm going to change that to iOS 9 and press play. And I hope that's going to fix it. I really hope so, because I don't feel like going through more errors. Okay, well, so far it's not complaining. Looks like a good sign. Oh no, build failed. Let's see. Well, it sounds like it's the same error. Undefined symbol for architecture 64. Okay, so 64-bit does not know what GAD mobile ads is. Okay. So let's see if I can Google this error. I mean, I know what's going on here is that something is not 64-bit. And that's annoying. Because you think that now everything is 64-bit, right? You think so, right? So let me see if there's something I can see. Okay, well, valid architectures. I can remove the, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to remove them. They're good. Standard architecture, that's perfect too. So let me Google it and see if something can come out of this. All right. Doesn't mean much here. So let's see. Let's look again at the error. Okay, so directory not found, so that's not a problem. Directory that can be easily fixed. But they said this Objective-C class that's referenced does not exist in the app delegate and the main, and both are using the Google AdMob. So why isn't it 64-bit? Doesn't make sense. Let me go to the pods and see build settings. Yes, the build settings are correct. It is 64-bit. It wouldn't even run in the first place if it were not 64-bit. Okay, architecture. What's going on here? Standard architecture or universal? Very interesting. I don't want universal. I want 64-bit. So it's supposed to work in the first place. I don't understand. Valid architecture. No, I don't want i360, 386. Don't want that. Can remove that. I don't know if that helps, but it doesn't seem like it helps. Well, I guess I could always remove the ARM v7s because it's not part of the standard. And let's see if that does anything. Just playing here, like I'm playing with the code and trying to fix that. I really don't see why. Okay, I'm rebuilding. Okay, build failed, and I'm sure it's the same errors again. Let's see. Yeah, so some linking issue, still the same issue. Okay, GAD mobile ads cannot be found for architecture x86. Let me try to Google this. Symbol not found for architecture 64. Let's see what we can get out of this. Okay, let's see. This one has solved. This is a linker problem. Yeah, we know that it's a linker problem, obviously. We're missing a link. Okay, so hopefully that's all it is. So if it says we're missing to link something, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can link. Which framework can we link that we have not linked? That is the question. Now, to be able to know which framework we're missing, I'm going to click on iOS here. And actually, I'm going to go in the samples library and see what they include. So I remember earlier I did download one of the tests, and I believe it's inside of my, if I go to Xcode, I'll be able to reopen it. File, open recent, there's a sample test somewhere. Let's see, do you guys see sample? Yeah, here, banner example. Okay, so if technically I go in the Google AdMob example and I click on the build settings or build phases and I go to link binaries, oh great, there's no link whatsoever. Okay, so what could it possibly be? Link framework. I'm going to go and try to find the AdMob, the link frameworks. Maybe that's going to help. Okay. So far, it doesn't help much. iOS targeting, let's see. Nope. Well, it doesn't help much. Okay, well, what I'm hoping is that I can actually look at this banner example and try to run the pod and see if that's going to help. So this is it. I'm going to take that and call it sample. All right, and I'm going to move the sample. Close, yes, I don't need that. I'm going to remove the sample. Inside, I'm going to put it in my downloads here. All right. So I'm gonna go to the terminal, open a new window, and go to the download folder, downloads/sample. Here it is, and then do a pod install and see what's going to happen. Well, this is supposed to install Google AdMob. I shouldn't even say Google AdMob anymore. I should say Firebase, because it's not just AdMob that it's installing the whole Firebase platform. See, Firebase, the analytics, the instance ID, and Google AdMob here. Right? So everything seems to be okay. Everything seems to be installed correctly. So let's open that in Xcode and see what we see inside of the sample. Right here, banner example. Here it is. I'm going to run it on the iPhone 7 and see what it does. Obviously, this is probably going to work straight off the bat. Yeah, obviously, because this is a pure Objective-C, native Objective-C code. So let's see if there's anything I can see that will help me find out what's wrong with the other source code. Libpod banner example. Okay, yes, so it's linking the pod, obviously. Okay, and then the banner example, and I see the banner here. Okay, so far so good. Well, let me see if I can find something. Okay, so what I see here is that it's not importing Google AdMobs at all. It's importing Firebase. Maybe that will do it. I'm going to import Firebase and not Google AdMobs and see if that helps. Because I see that it has the Google AdMob here, configure application ID. So I'm going to try that. All right, so I'm back to the source code. And each time I go and try to import Google Mobile Ads, so I'm going to look for Google, what was the name again? The exact name is Google Mobile Ads. So Google Mobile Ads. I guess maybe this is over. This time is over. We replace that with Firebase. All right, I'm going to try this here and try this here as well. So removing that and putting Firebase instead. Run that and see what happens. Yeah, build failed. Great. Okay, let's see what the errors are. Well, still the same error. Okay. So it says Firebase Instant ID is not a DY-lib. Never heard about this error, guys. Okay. Well, I'm going to Google that, and hopefully somebody else had this error before me. If not, we're in trouble. Let's see. Okay, so this error, the missing link, this error is almost produced by not having the binary linked to the library. Okay, so in other words, in other words, we might have the framework missing. I'm not saying that the pods are not getting loaded, but the pods might not be inside of the build settings, the build phase. Let's see. I see the lip, see, and I see the lip pods right there as well. So it's all good. They are supposed to build. So I don't know what the heck is going on here. Okay, well, let's see if I can find something else on Google. The joy of upgrading source codes, right? Life is easy, not. And you want it to be a programmer, right? See what you want to get yourself into? I don't know, I do have that. I meet the same problem. I fixed it by adding Google Map Framework to the link binary. Okay, well, I already have that. Well, I don't know what to tell you because the binary is there. Like if I go to the build phase, the lib pod is right there. Unless I can add Firebase here, let's see. There is no Firebase. Maybe Google Add Mobs? Neither. So I really don't know what to tell you here. Add other. And I'm going to add them from the pods, I guess. I don't really like this idea, to be honest. I guess this one, pun. We're not supposed to do that, but let's see if that helps. Let's see if that helps in any way. Oh my God, this actually helps. Wow. I just amazed myself here. So I have no clue what's going on here. So technically, you guys see this libpods breaker standard.a. This is the library that's getting compiled from the pods. So the pods are supposed to bring me all the frameworks that are within the pods project and bring them in my current project. And somehow something is preventing it from happening. I don't know what it is, but I figure that if I add the Google AdMob framework myself, this works, and that does the trick. So guess what? I don't care. I'm going to keep going like that. I press play, and I'm going to make it run. So that's more of a patch than an actual real fix. But you know, sometimes you got to survive and hustle, right? Okay, so here is the add unit ID. I'm going to look if that does anything. So I'm going to clear the console, and I want to make sure that it loads. Okay, the load request, blah, 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 load request. It seems to have sent the load request. I add the subview, and I bring it to the front. Okay, so it doesn't seem like anything is happening. I definitely don't see the call. Now, there could be multiple reasons. It could be the fact that there is nothing to serve here because I need to put in test mode or something. But I did bring it to the front. So something I could do is actually try to have a delegate. Yep, that's right. I can add a delegate method to be able to do that. So after the load request, I need to figure out what comes back. So when you want to know that, put iOS addMob delegate method, and let's see if I can find something. Oh, you know what? I can probably go to the sample code and see if they do have delegate methods as well. I'm going to look in the viewcontroller.m. I see the load request that we do have. Self.bannerView, the root view controller is equal to self. Why? Let's see. Is this one called banner view? Nope. Okay, so they're calling the class before, so maybe I need to do that as well, okay? I see two things that they do that I have not in my code is that they add the get banner view right before calling, so I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna go in the main view controller.h and load the class, just like the chimkit right before. Okay, but in order to be doing that, I probably need to add the Google AdMob here in the .h as well, just in case. Oh, I guess it's already there. Did I not see it? Yeah, okay, yeah, Firebase. Yeah, so it is there. Okay, but you know what? I don't like to say import Firebase. I'm going to try to import Google Mobile Ads and see if that does any difference. Okay, and I'm going to do the same in the app delegate as well. I'm going to go to the app delegate and just add that instead of Firebase. All right. Okay. And what else am I missing? I see the get banner view. I do have that. So let's look in the .m. This root view controller, I don't have the root view controller for the banner view. So I'm going to copy this line of code and see if that makes any difference. Now I see that they have a GET request with temporary phones for the test, for test devices. So maybe that's why I don't see anything, because I need to put it in test mode. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste much more time already. So I'm going to go in the viewcontroller.m and assign that. So right after this, before loading, oh, I actually have the view controller, so I can't add it again. But let's see if I can do a test mode. So if there was ever a test mode, this would be in the appdelegate.m, right? So that would be like a GAD mobile ads dot test mode, no? Or set test mode. Let's see if I can do test mode. No, nothing like that. You'd think they have something, right? Let me see if I can do that here. Okay, I don't see any delegate methods. I'm very surprised that that the regular code does not have any delegate method. It's like everybody wants delegate methods to see what's going on, you know, if everything got loaded correctly or not, right? So I'm going to keep going. There has to be a delegate method. Oh, add events. That has to be it. All right. So add events. Okay, so I got to add the view delegate. Okay, and put a get banner view delegate and put it to self. I can easily do that. Oh, I see. So maybe I needed to do that too, to initialize with add size. I'm going to try this. That sounds like something that I'm missing. I'm going to go back to Xcode, and wherever I'm creating the banner view, I'm going to do that because I have the ad, but it's pretty much empty at this point. You know, the banner view is empty here, but if I do that, the banner view now exists. So I actually have allocated memory for it, and I call that. So let's see if that does anything. I'm going to put the breakpoint here, right before, and rerun. Let's see. Meanwhile, I'm going to go and try to figure out if there's somebody asking something in the forums of YouTube Live. Where is that? Let me see. I need to go to the live control room. We are not receiving data from your encoder. Okay, well, stream now maybe, let's see. Okay, I thought I was online, I don't know. Somebody can text me, that would be nice. Yeah, it says I'm live. Okay, well, anyway, so too bad. If somebody's asking me a question, too bad. Let's see, I don't see anyone sending me a question on my phone. I guess you don't have my phone number. So, well, I'm gonna keep going. And let's see if the banner view, okay, so the banner view is created, I see it. And let's just print it to the console. So let me put this up so that you guys can see it as well. I'm gonna clear that and do p self.bannerView and see what we can see out of this. Okay, so it has an allocation in memory, that's okay. So let's add the banner ID, put the view controller, do the request, add to the subview, and put it to front. Yay! All right, you guys see the Google Ad mobs? I'm very proud of this, to be honest, because that was a pain to get it right, but it's working now. So guess what? We've learned a lot here to do it with Objective-C and on legacy code. So what I'm going to do is copy this create AdMob banner and put this inside of my text edits so that I could reuse that later for any other game. Excellent. Now, I'm not just going to put this. I'm also going to go up and take all the extra code that I've done so that I know what to reuse. Okay, so what I had that I'm missing is inside of the main view controller.h, I'm doing the class. I'm calling the class before. So I just have to remember where it was. So the class in the .h, the import statement, and also note. If you get an error saying the Mac O linker cannot find Firebase/AdMob for the current architecture, this means that the library or the framework from the pods cannot be found. Easy fix. Add the Google AdMob framework from the pod into the build phase. Do it manually. All right, that's good enough. That we do. All right. So now that I know all of that, I also need to take the stuff from the appdelegate.m, right? I need to take this call, very important call. So that's appdelegate.m. So any delegates would need this piece of code. Okay, but that's not all. It also needs, but I know, and I'm sure you guys already know, that it also needs the import statement of the .h. Okay, so we need that import in a .h. If we don't have that, it won't work. All right. What else? We also need, inside of the main controller, which is the main scene, we also need the banner view, which is, if I remember, my banner view is a property. Let's see. Where is my banner view? Here it is. Okay, so I need to create that. Now, I actually don't need to create a property out of this, but I will just keep it just in case, so that I will know for later that I need a property. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take the property as well. Where's the banner view? Here it is. All right. So now, you know, it's going to be pretty much easier, way easier to fix other pieces of code, because it's going to be very similar. Okay, that. And in the .m, I need to synthesize it, and I believe it's going to be synthesized at the very beginning. I see the synthesize. Where is the synthesized banner view? Here it is, synthesized banner view. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to put it right below with a semicolon at the end. All right, it's a bit of a mess here, but that's okay as long as I remember what to put, and I'm going to move from that. All right, so this code done. Now that this code is done, I can right-click, show in Finder, and this is ready for iOS 10. I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to compress. But before I do so, I'm going to put a README file so that people know to open the workspace and not the Xcode project. But anyway, anyone in their sane mind should know that if there's a workspace, they should open the workspace and not the Xcode project. So I'm going to copy and paste that, which is an important README. I'm going to double click on it and modify it a little bit. Okay, since iOS 10, you need to open the Jumpy Surfer. You need to open the .xc workspace instead of opening the .xcode project file. All right, so that should do it. I'm going to save that. So I made this file more generic so that I can apply this file to any other source code. And now what I'm going to do is take this brick breaker thingy, standard, remove the one for iOS 9, and compress this one for iOS 10. All right, and rename this one brick breaker standard iOS 10. I don't need to put 64 because now they all are 64. Like, you know, a year ago, when it was iOS 9, 64-bit, you know, we switched from 32-bit to 64-bit, but now everything is 64-bit. I hope that in the near future I don't have to upgrade that to 128 bits, but anything can happen. All right, I'm pretty happy here. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, I was having a problem with this one. Avoid the snacks, I have a big fix in front of it. So I'm pretty sure that with the experience that I just got from the Brick Breaker standard, I'm sure I can fix this one. So let's try to fix it. I'm going to open this one, the Xcode proj, and try to fix it. I'm going to run this. Remember, it was telling me a story of a problem that was very similar to this one. So let's see if I can easily fix it. Okay, build failed, update to recommended settings. Yes, crossing my fingers, perform changes. Oh, it's taking a while. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to try to see if somebody's following me on YouTube or somebody's asking a question right now on YouTube Live. It's kind of a mess. If somebody could, you know, could text me or email me what's the easiest way to control that, because I'm actually live now, but somehow it doesn't say that I'm live. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I know I'm live. How do I know I'm live? Because I see it. You know, I mean, that's live, no? And it says stop broadcast. You know, if it wouldn't say that, then I wouldn't be live. So what's going on here? Johan Tayeb is streaming now. I know, that's me. I know. Ooh, ugly. Anyway, well, I don't know, Mr. YouTube. You know, like, think about it. I'm live right now. There should be, you know, I mean, YouTube on the management, on the live streaming, there has to be somewhere that should say, hey, dude, you're live. If you want to, you know, like, if you want to control your live stuff, click here, you know, but nope. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I know it's very hard, but you know, everything is hard, but you know, I think Google has the potential to do better here. Yeah, but please no, don't try to hire me and fix that. I probably would if Google comes to me and say, hey, stop complaining and come here and fix it. I probably would do it, you know, because you know, if I'm having problems, I'm sure there's like hundreds of thousands of other people having problems. Because I don't think I'm the less tech savvy person in the world. Probably not the less one. Probably more on the, you know, at least on the good 10th percentile, I would say. All right. Anyway, so where the heck is that control room and the chat? Where is it? Like, okay, I know I'm streaming now. You don't need to put it here. I know. See, I'm not like wasting time here. Live control room. Let's see if that helps. Okay, I'm letting iOS code, networks, authority. Yeah, that's it. So where is the chat? Here, open live chat in a new window. Wow, it was like one small link in a little corner. Wow, I'm glad I found it. Let's see, well, not much is going on. I did click there. What's going on? Yeah, I am online. What's going on here? Guys, pop out. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Oh, I guess no one said anything, that's why. Okay, moving on, guys. I don't need that, I don't need this. I'm gonna make some room here because I have so many things open at the same time. All right, next. The working copy fix over the snack has uncommitted changes. Continue, it's okay. Uncommitted changes means that I don't have any, like, it's not, I don't have like a Git repository, so it's not configured with a Git, and that's totally fine. All right, so I'm going to run this and see what the error is. Oh, it's starting to be pretty dark here, so I'm going to open, I'm going to turn on the light. All right, I'm going to turn on the light, be right back. Let's see. Hey, Siri, turn on the lights. Hey, Siri, turn on the lights.
I don't see anything connected.
Thank you. You're as useless as you usually are. yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. So errors. Let's see. Let's see what errors we have. I'm gonna go down and look for the errors in anything red. Yep. Okay. CC Location Manager. CC Location Manager. Now, I don't know about you, but the Location Manager has to do with geolocation. So something needs to be using geolocation. What could that possibly be? So what I'm going to do is go to Flappy Hunt and click on the build phase, and I'm going to look for a framework that's using geolocation. Now, if I click on plus and I look for location, it has to be the core location. There it is. I'm going to add that, and let's see what this does. I'm going to try to run again. Oh, check this. We have had 7 errors. Now we have only 4 errors. Life is good. Now, how do I know that I need to add this framework? Well, because, I've run into many issues before. That's the only way. Otherwise, you have to Google it and try to figure it out. So, guys, it says that the get banner view, it doesn't know what the get banner view is. So guess what? I'm going to do the same quick fix as what I did earlier. I'm going to come here and click on plus. And I'm going to locate the add other and locate the Google AdMob framework from the pods. So click on pods. If I remember, it was the Google Mobile Ads SDK frameworks, Google Mobile Ads framework, open. Okay, boom, here it is. Now I'm going to try to run this and let's see if that works. Build failed. Yeah, nope. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, errors. GLK matrix for identity reference. What? What is this matrix thingy about? Okay, so when we don't know, oh, I see this one, Safari and Motion Manager. Who wants this? So, you know what? That surely means that I'm missing some stuff here. Now, this probably accesses the web. So if it says Safari, that means that I need to add something for the web, such as the web view. So I'm going to click on plus here and see if I can find something for the web. Yep, that's the web kit. Let's see if that helps in any way. No, same error. So guess what? If I have errors and I don't know what the heck to do, I'm going to need to Google them. Okay, so this error. Let's look at CM Motion Manager. CM Motion Manager. Let's see who has the CM Motion Manager. Core Motion. Okay, so I need to find the Core Motion framework. So click on plus and look for Core Motion. All right, so that should fix something. Then the GLK matrix for identity. Let's see. GLK for matrix identity. That's OpenGL. Okay, well, I should have OpenGL here. I'm going to click on plus and look for GL, the GL kit, OpenGLS framework, I guess. Let's see. And I'm going to run that and see if that fixes any errors. Oh, I have 4 errors. Okay, so we're moving down. 4 errors to go. We were at 7, now we're at 4. It's good. Let's see what else. GLK view. Let's try to fix this. So GLK view. GLK view. What does GL? It's OpenGL. Okay, I don't know what GLK view stands for. The GL kit. Okay, so I guess I need to add the GL kit. Let's see. I'm going to click on plus. GL kit. Okay, I'm going to run this. Ooh, 2 errors. Yeah, only 2 to go. Okay, what's the last one? I think it's the identity one, the GLK identity. Is it? Nope. SF Safari. Okay, so SF Safari, that's definitely an Apple framework. SF Safari. Oh, iOS. SF Safari view controller. Getting started. What do we need to open? WK web view. Okay, so I'm going to look for something that starts by WK. So let's look for a framework that starts with WK. Nothing. WebView, WebKit. We already have WebKit. Okay, we're running out of ideas here. Not good. You know what? Let's try to just take this SF Safari View Controller and see what we can find out of this. SF Safari View Controller. It's SF Services. Okay, Safari Services. Now, you may ask me, why is this source code using Safari Services? Well, this source code is definitely not using it, but some of the third-party libraries are using it. So maybe some ad framework needs Safari to open the web and see something. So Safari, here is Safari Services. Okay, now I'm going to build this. Let's see, we have 2 errors. Let's see. Oh, almost there. Yes, build succeeded. I'm going to run this. All right. We come from far. No, 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 no. All right. Welcome to iOS 10, my friends. Woo! Avoid the snacks. Woo! And guess what? It loads. Hallelujah. Perfect. Okay. So now that we know, oh yes, that was Play Haven. All right, cool. So this is upgraded. Now guess what? Show in Finder. And I fixed it. So I'm going to remove the fix and just put avoid the snacks. I'm going to right click and compress. Yeah, close that. I don't need that for now. And now I can compress this and save it for iOS 10. See, you know, I really make your life easy, guys. You know, all my students have a life easy because always I upgrade the source code myself, and many other people would just say, okay, you know what, deal with it or go back to an older version of Xcode or iOS. You know, go back with use iOS 9 or use iOS 7 and Xcode 6, you know. But anyway, you know, it's a good exercise for myself too. So I know what people can have to go through. All right, so avoid the snacks, done. Next. The next would be from iOS 9, FBird. F, it's not the F word, it's FBird for Flappy Bird, okay? So it's not an FBird, it's not an effing bird, it's a Flappy Bird. So I'm going to copy this and go to iOS 10, paste it. Maybe I already did it because I see, maybe I already did it or maybe not. Let's see, I'm going to paste it. Because I see FBird iOS 10, so yeah, I definitely did that not too long ago. But guess what? Yeah, so good. I know I did some of them earlier, so I'm actually happy that this one was done. Freaking math. Okay, that's a very cool game. It's a math game. I like games that teach people and like help people skills. Like this one is really good for math and like teaching kids on how to be faster at calculation and computations. So I really like this one. All right. Yep, open. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it uses Google Mobile Ads. So I'm going to have to upgrade Google Mobile Ads and upgrade Charboost. Oh, it has app loving. Ooh, that's one that I don't have yet. So guess what? I'm going to go and grab app loving. Open a new tab and download app loving SDK. Now, I remember, you know, for app loving, I created on YouTube, you know, I created the tutorials how to use AppLovin for tvOS with Swift. And I remember the CEO of AppLovin, you know, he said he thanked me for doing that. You know, I wish he sent me $1,000 or something like that, or hook me with like 5% extra on AppLovin. But thank you is better than nothing. At least I got some recognition. So thank you for thanking me. I think it was Mr. Rosner. Yeah, I grew up with a friend of mine. His name was Rosner as well, his last name. Anyway, so where do we download the source code? Developers, see, that's the problem here. The software should be able to download right away. Like, it should never be that hard to find the SDK, because the first thing that comes to somebody's mind is that if I can find the SDK, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to go and work on a platform where I have the SDK right away. So I'm going to sign in. I don't even remember what my username and password is, but guess what? It's right there, so I don't have to remember anything. Great. All right. Now, SDKs, manage apps. Okay, let me click on, I don't know, any Candy Match Blitz. I didn't even know I had that. All right. Where are the SDKs? Please, I want to download the SDK, guys. I want to download the new SDK. Promote? No. Docs? Do I have to go to documentation to find the SDKs? iOS doc. iOS SDK integration. Download. Ooh, wow. So some people know how to hide the SDKs. That's okay. I found you. Found you. It's all right. Oh, at least these guys put which framework we need to import. That's very good. All right. App login is here. Now, guess what? I'm going to unzip it. And I'm going to copy this where all my other SDKs are. Right here, SDKs. Boom. These are all the iOS SDKs, iOS 10 SDKs. All right, so now I'm going to take a break because I feel like taking a break. And I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. So whoever is looking at me rambling, I'll see you guys in a little bit.